welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I'm here with another review roundup video. If you don't know what they are, this is a video where I talk about a handful of games I've been playing recently. This one is actually a themed one. It's all simulator videos. I've been playing a whole host of simulator games, and with Power Wash Simulator 2 coming out this week, I thought, you know what, it's time to clear out all of my other sort of simulator games I've been sat on. Let's get them played through before that comes out, because I'll end up wasting too many hours and I'll never get anything done again, because that's what happens. Power Wash Simulator 1 wrecked me for like 150 hours, and I thought, you know what, this time I'm going to clear some space up so I can play some of the games I've got waiting. And I thought, you know what, let's do a video all about different simulators, because there's so many. I mean, there's some great simulator games, there's some rubbish simulator games. They're janky, some of them are silly, some of them are really fantastic and in-depth. And today, they're all on Xbox that I've been playing, and they vary. So the first one up is Recycling Center Simulator, and this released on Xbox on the 22nd of the 8th, 2025. It's developed by Ballast Games, it's published by Playway SA, and they were kind of to send me a copy. Now, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Now, this is a game where you obviously, if you haven't guessed it, run a recycling centre game. Now, this one was... it gets a bit repetitive towards the end game, but you start off, you're buying scrap, you're making scrap deals, you're going and picking scrap up, and then you'll go and you'll sort of sort through the materials ready for recycling, which is really cool. Like, you'll have to sort them into the right categories and stuff like that. Now, you'll sort through all of these, and then what you do is you use these raw materials you've collected from your recycling to make production items which are worth more money, thus giving you profits. And then with your profits, you then expand and improve your factory. You make it bigger, you get conveyor belts, you automate it, you get more staff, and you can send them out while you just sort of reap the rewards. Now, it does become heavily automated later on as you play in, because you've just got staff doing all the work, you've got conveyor belts moving all over the place. And I like to be a bit more hands-on. You can still do that, but it's a much slower progress. The downside of that is figuring out how the conveyor belts work. It doesn't like to really explain anything to you. It does take quite a while to figure it out. But once you get the ball rolling, it is quite like a sight to see when all the machines are working. You've just got to sort of put them on the pallets and stuff between the conveyor belts, which I thought was really fun. Graphically, it looks quite good. Decent graphics for a simulator game, decent animations. It's not too clunky or chunky or anything like that. I will say it does use a little bit of AI art, which is the only downside to it. However, there's a good sort of 10 to 20 hours worth of content here. It just gets a little bit repetitive once you've got everything set up, so just bear that in mind. Now, you do have like a time limit for each of the days, which is a downside, but other than that, I like the aspect of buying, getting the deals on the scrap and stuff, sorting through it. And actually, I like that it's quite bright and colourful as well. It just pops a little bit when you're playing. So this is priced at £20.99 on Xbox, playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, next up is Demolish and Build 3. Now, this was published by Gaming Factory on Xbox on the 11th of the 7th, 2025, and they were kind of to send me a copy. It's a game that released in 2024 on Steam. It's been ported over to console. And if you haven't guessed it, it involves demolishing and building things. Now, I kind of like this one. It was a little bit janky. I know at launch it had some bugs, but they have patched a lot of them out. It does seem to be running better than it was at launch, which is good. So if you have tried it at launch and thought, ugh, it's a bit too buggy to play this, then give it another go. One thing about this game that's really cool is it has physics-based destructions, which is nice. You obviously own this demolition company. You start off small, you're picking up small little jobs. using hand tools, you're using like a sledgehammer, stuff like that. But as you progress, make more money, you'll grow your company, and what you'll have is various like big chunky demolishing machines. You've got your diggers, you've got your bulldozers, stuff like that to help you absolutely wreck structures, dig holes, level things, and then actually start building structures as well. It's okay. This one's not bad. Like I say, I've played games like this before. I like that. Obviously, you can pick and choose what sort of jobs you want to undertake, which is nice. And eventually, you'll build up your yard, so you have all the machinery and everything on hand, and you'll be able to upgrade your tools with new attachments and stuff like that, which then allow you to carry out even more jobs. It's mainly the demolition side of it that's fun. I love games where you like smash stuff. Like, it's always a laugh. Blowing up a building, even with a sledgehammer, or just driving like a truck through the side of it, like grabbing it and crunching it and like absolutely making the building collapse. Graphically, it's not the most, like, it's not gonna make your Xbox struggle with its graphics. It is a little bit rough around the edges, but it is fun enough to play. And like I say, when I was playing, I didn't have too many bugs. UI is UI. It's never going to be perfect because it's ported from PC, but it doesn't do that bad a job. And it's priced at $14.99 on Xbox, so it's not too bad. It's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, next up is something totally different. Thief Simulator 2. Now, I've had this for quite a while. It came out in 2024. It's published on console by Ultimate Games, who again sent me a copy. And I played the first game, never got round to the second game. I quite enjoyed the first one. This one, it doesn't feel so much as a number two, more like a remaster or an add-on to the first game. Like, it improves a lot of stuff from the first game, but it doesn't sort of reinvent the wheel. Now, this basically sees you playing as a career thief, and there are two different neighbourhoods to roam, with tons of different houses and stuff like that to rob. And what you'll do is you'll sort of learn the residents' routes, find ways to gain access to these properties, and make your escape without being caught. Now, there's loads to do in this one. You even get like a customizable car, and there's like police will come after you and chase you in helicopters and cars and stuff, and you can be shot, which is cool. There's actually a story mode to the game. However, you can sort of just go off the beaten track and do whatever you want. Just start robbing houses because you want to. There's like payphone missions. There's heists as well, which are like unique locations, which are cool. So that's like a bank, a warehouse, and stuff like that. There's quite a lot here, but again, because there's only two neighbourhoods and it does get a little bit samey, you may notice the repetition later on. But there's tons of different kit you can use to break in, different tools you can use like to unlock doors and safes and stuff like that, as well as ways to sort of neutralize threats and enemies and stuff like that. Really cool. It's different, and if you've played the first game and liked it, you'll probably really enjoy this one as well. Now, on Xbox, this is 1674, and on Xbox, it's current gen only, which means it's on Xbox Series X and S. But yeah, different. If you're getting sick of like building games and stuff like that, definitely check this one out. I've been sat on it for a while. I was going to stream it, and I just never got around to it. But I'm so glad I did jump into it. I like that there was a lot to do. I like that there was different ways to break in. I like that it's not just breaking in and then you're done. You actually can drive off and stuff and be chased. Some of the police chases are a little iffy, but it is still enjoyable nonetheless. And the lock picking stuff as well kind of like reminded me of like Oblivion and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but it kind of gave me that vibe. But yeah, I've quite enjoyed this one. Better than I was expecting. Definitely check this one out for a little bit of something different. Okay, and last up is another game that's totally different, and this one is Uboat. Now, this one, I played it at launch and it was a little bit broken. You couldn't finish the tutorial properly, it was very buggy. So I've gone back to it because I recently saw that they'd updated it. Seems to have fixed it. Again, this is Series X and S only. Came out on the 27th of the 8th, 2025, developed by Uboat Studio and published again by Ultimate Games. They absolutely love their simulation games, and I've got a couple more still to play of theirs. It's priced at $24.99, and this is a simulation game where you command a World War II German submarine, but it's a bit different because you'd normally think, I've got the submarine, I'm going to pilot it, we're going to sail around, we're going to do this and other. Well, you don't actually control the submarine itself, you control the sailors on it. So it's all about managing these unprecedented situations. It's about keeping your crew fed and like mentally healthy and not tired, and keeping them calm under pressure, keeping as many of them as alive, or do you let some die to save some of the others? Do you like block off some of the rooms so some can breathe and others can't? That's your tough decision to make. Now, there is combat in this game, there's missions to complete, you'll eventually accrue like money from completing rewards and stuff like that, which can be used to increase your boat's stats and stuff, buy new equipment like better torpedoes and stuff. You're also able to send your staff off on, like your officers off on special missions. You've got research and stuff. I will say the game is a little slow, but there is a fast forward button, which is always helpful. It just trundles at a slow pace. But honestly, I wasn't expecting to like this, because sometimes I found sailing, like simulation sail games, haven't been the most interesting. However, this one was quite good. Like graphically, I liked it. I liked what the gameplay looked like. I liked the way you could see all of your crew and everything like that. I thought the UI worked pretty well. Graphically, it was pretty decent too. Like I say, it wasn't mind-blowing, but the seas and everything looked decent. When you're underwater, when you're coming out of water and stuff, looked fine. Like the water effects were pretty good, and there's plenty of content in it as well. Like, I couldn't complain. It was just a little bit janky at launch, like I say, unfortunately, that you couldn't complete the tutorial properly. The tutorial is pretty easy though to follow, which is nice and does like lead you into the game. However, the tutorial is a far cry from what the game is actually like, so sometimes you're just sort of thrown into the deep end and have got to figure it out. So yeah, check this out. If you're a fan of like games like Silent Hunter and stuff like that, this is one to definitely check out as well. It seems to be fixed on Xbox, but it is available on Steam as well. It's priced at $24.99 on Xbox. And yeah, so it was 4 very varying simulation style games. All of them pretty decent in their own way. Interesting enough, kept my sort of interest peaked for many hours. Have you played any of these games, guys? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Hit that like button, and also let me know if there are any other simulation games you want me to play. I will be covering Power Wash Simulator 2 at some point. I wasn't looking to present a review code, but it is out on Game Pass, so I will be playing it anyway, so I'll have a review out. It'll just be as and when. I've got a few other simulator games that I would like to cover. I've got Autopsy Simulator, and another one I cannot remember off the top of my head what it's called, but expect to see them on the channel in a couple of weeks when I'm back from holiday. But until then, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you next time.